Muslims in America. This is our new show, TV Your Way. First, we're going to talk about the way of life, about family life, and how we respect each other, how we treat each other. I'd like to elaborate on business life. We are fair in business. We treat people fairly. We don't cheat people in our business dealings, and we treat them just and fair. So, and also in our family life, we're going to be talking about our family life, our wives, how we treat our women in Islam, how we treat our children, how we teach our children to be respectful, be mindful of adults and elders, and how to overall teach our children the best way to live in America and the way of life that we live. And also we're going to be talking about the media, how the media is having false concept about Islam in America, but we're going to expel the real truth of what Muslims, how they live, how we pray, and how we live a normal life as a person should live, as a human being should live. It's our responsibility to let people know that how we can work together and build a community, a good community, sound, safe community, so we can all live in peace and harmony, whether you're a Muslim, Christian, or Jew. So we all in this world together. We have to work together and live together and get along together. Muslims in America. This is our new show, TV Your Way.
So this understanding of Tawheed has to embrace the concept that Allah is not only the only God, He's the only reality. Everything else is a creature. This dunya is what? It's a creation of Allah. You and I are what? Creations of Allah. The actions that we do are what? Creations of Allah. The aql that we have is what? A creation. Everything is a creation of the one reality. And when you start to understand Allah in that respect, then your whole outlook on life in this world takes on a reality. Allah calls this world what? Mata' al-ghurur. The enjoyment of illusions and delusions. And we said before that illusion or delusion is something that can give the seemingness of reality, but it's not. So we get into this world and we get eluded and deluded by it. But when you understand that Allah is the only reality and it is structured and run and it performs according to His will and His will only, then you have a reality that you can hold on to. Then you have a reality that informs your deeds. Then you have a reality that informs your relationship with other people. Because in the famous hadith of Jibreel, we know that Jibreel asked Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what is ihsan? Perfection. And he said, ihsan is to worship Allah as if you see Him. And if you can't reach that, know that He sees you. This understanding of ihsan, this understanding of Allah as the only reality will keep you in that understanding of ihsan. And all of these things flow from one fact, one reality. La ilaha illallah. So you see, in this just brief example, there are more levels to Tawheed than just there's only one God. If that's the truth, it has meanings, it has ramifications, it has consequences, it has actions that have to be taken in accordance with that truth. And when you understand that, you see the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He sent you books and anbiya and guidance to help you through this illusion, through this delusion. Most of you, I know when I was a kid, we used to go to an amusement park, and they had what they used to call a fun house. And some of them you could ride through, and some of them you could walk through. The ones you could walk through, there's like a maze. You go here, there'd be a mirror, you think you could go down this hallway, and boom, you bump into a mirror. You go back this way, and now you're lost. You can eventually maybe find your way out, and it's not life-threatening, it's fun. They call it the fun house, and if you got lost in there, all you have to do is holler, somebody will come for you up. In this dunya, holler. But you don't holler for the attendant, you holler for Allah. Plus Allah gave you directions before you went in. And He gave you directions while you're in there. All you have to do is follow them. But that sense of self, that illusion of delusions that you have control over some portion of the life of this world will have you walking into mirrors and going down blind hallways. And unless you call on Allah, as we say in the beginning of the khutbah, whoever Allah leads to stray, no one can guide him away. So I urge myself, and I urge you, that when you think of Tawheed, and you should always be thinking of Tawheed, the oneness of Allah, that this is the reality of the world and everything in it. And as part of that reality, you have to seek the guidance that Allah gave you and use it and put it to work. And from this dua, correct your relationship to Allah is that you are His slave. And acknowledge the omnipotence of Allah in that we all know that Allah, if He chose to, He could do what? He could destroy all of us. Like that. Less than that. That's the reality. At any time. In any place. And then recreate it again, if He chooses to. This is the true meaning of Tawheed. So may Allah help us to not just skate on the surface of our deen, but to dive into the deep ocean that we can never reach the bottom of. But Allah says He rewards those people who come to Him, who seek His knowledge. If you seek the knowledge of Allah, Allah says He gives it to you. Come to Him walking, He'll come to you running. But if you're just a superficial person, you know, doing 5 prayers, that's good. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told in the hadith, the guy just took Shahada and he said, what I have to do, pray 5 times, he gave the 5 pillars. He said, that's all I'm going to do. No more, no less. The Prophet said, if he's successful, he'll be in Jannah. But if I gave you a job in a company and told you you're going to work in the stock room, how many of you are going to be satisfied to stay in the stock room all 30 years that you worked there? Human beings are aspirational. They want to move up. Don't you want to move up? You want to move up in a job that you're only going to have for a little while. Don't you want to move up in the akhirah, which is forever? Don't you want the Jannatul Firdaus? At least try for it. So this is what I'm encouraging myself and you all to do. To dive into the ocean of the Deen al-Haq and gather as much knowledge and truth and act upon it as you can, because this is the only thing that really counts. The only thing that really counts. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. ادعوا الله. الحمد لله فاطر السماوات والأرض جاعل الملائكة رسلا أولي أجنحة مثنى وثلاث ورباع يزيد في الخلق من يشاء إن الله على كل شيء قدير. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. This deeper understanding of Tawheed and the Deen of Islam can only lead the intelligent believer to one destination, and that's Islam. Submission. Submission to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to follow the Sirat al-Mustaqim, which leads to the Dar Salam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the ayah, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والله يدعو إلى دار السلام ويهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم. صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and Allah invites or calls to the house of peace and guides whom He wills to the straight path that leads to this house of peace. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about the human beings, those who don't think, those who don't ponder, those who don't look at the creation of Allah and extract truth from it, He says, وَمَا قَدْرَ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ, that these people don't make any just measure or estimation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you just skate on the surface, you don't know the depths of influence that La ilaha illallah has in the creation. So let us not be of those people who don't make just estimate of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And let us ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to deepen our knowledge, as Allah tells the Rasulullah to pray, Rabbi zidni ilma. Oh Allah, increase us in knowledge. Oh Allah, increase us in obedience and ability to act on the knowledge that you have given us. Purify our hearts. Remove the filth from our bodies and from our hearts. Allahumma akfir al-muslimina wal-muslimat, al-mu'minina wal-mu'minat, al-ahya'i minhum wal-amwat. Innaka anta as-sami'ul qareeb wa mujibu da'wati ya rabbal alamin. ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي ويعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. أقيموا الصلاة.
Citizens in America, this is our new show, TV Your Way.
That understanding that there's only one God that we spoke about in the khutbah by saying, and we'll say it in Arabic first and then we'll say it in English. If you repeat after me, Ashadu and La ilaha illallah wa ashadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Now you are Muslim. The Iman, the faith has to grow in your heart. You have to have the responsibilities that we talked about in the khutbah are yours now. We have the class on tomorrow morning if you can come. And the sisters here are your resources.